Hey guys, Henkster 123 here. Sorry for the lack of videos recently. It's just because I just started a new job, pretty full on. I haven't been getting much time off, unfortunately. So at the moment, I'm just going to do some random videos at this moment of time, so I can get a proper plan of what to do. I'm kind of taking a break from the Legend of Korra videos. I will maybe do like a ranking of each series of of the of the Avatar and the Legend of Korra, but that's I don't know what I'm going to do yet. So today I'm going to do my reaction video to the Avengers: Age of Ultron. Why reaction, not review? I just seen the film twice. I may not see it a third time in the cinema. I'd rather wait for that. I will get it straight away on Blu-ray because hopefully, if reports are true, that it will have an extended version, which is over 3 hours long, and it will also have an alternative ending, which is pretty good. Uh, so, my reaction to it, I think this is a really damn good. Oh, actually, before we start, you've probably seen some of my, my top 10 anticipated films of all time. No, of the year. I said this was going to be number 2. Um, and number 1 was Star Wars. I've been really looking forward to this video. I even, not that long ago, I think it was like this, probably late last year, I even brought the comic of the Avengers: Age of Ultron. It's got the film and the comic are nothing to do with each other. I mean, in fact, the, the film is better than the comic book, and the comic book isn't that good. It's not even enjoyable. I wouldn't recommend it. Pointless. Let's get that out of the way. So, so is it the best Marvel film? No, not in my opinion. Hopefully, I may say that later this year when the new film. But for first impressions, it's not the best Marvel film. I prefer the first Avengers because it's like one of those films that changed my life kind of things. It's not as good as Guardians, not as fun. The fun, it's more humorous, and I love Cap 2 because it has more depth. But it would be fourth, no problems. Definitely wouldn't make it. It would be lucky to be in my top 20 comic book films of all time. Is it the best film of the year? Oh, for the theatrical version, no. I still think Kingsman is the best film of the year. But it's May, so there's going to be more films coming out this year. So, my reaction to this video. If I had to give this film out of 10 for this theatrical version, I'll give it an 8. That's a great score. The first Avengers, I would give it 10. Captain America Winter Soldier, I'd give it a 9.5. Guardians, I give it an 8.5. So I give this as an 8, so it's not far off. So my reaction to it. Let's talk about some elements that worked so well that went better than the first Avengers. That's how I'm going to react to this. The action. First time I saw some of the action scenes, I said to myself, it's a little bit messier. The first time I watched it, I was a bit pissed. I had a bit too much to drink, and we still were sitting in the front, so let's not talk about that. The second time I watched it, the action was much more clearer. It was much more enjoyable, so I didn't have a problem with it. The comedy is pretty funny. I mean, there are some times I just laughed my head off. Yeah, probably better. The comedy is probably the best comedy, but um, the characters, the chemistry with all the characters is still better than ever. I just think it's just incredible. You get all the Avengers, and you introduce new characters into this. You introduce Vision, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver, which I think are great additions to the new Avengers. What else? Yeah, I mean, just great additions. Great, great stars to introduce in this film. You had James Spader as Ultron. Probably, arguably, I really liked Ultron a lot, and I really, fingers crossed, maybe they might bring him back for a cameo or something. I think he's probably the best villain in best villain in Phase 2 Marvel. I would definitely put him up there as Loki. So yeah, I hope we get him again. Um, what else? Paul Bettany as Vision. Well, first as Jarvis, and then he kind of recharacterized in a sort of a way as Vision. At first, I thought, oh, I don't like this Vision. I'm not keen on it. Then I saw him in the film, and I think he was great, really good. I can't wait for him to be in Civil War. They just announced earlier that they are going to bring back all the new lineup Avengers, at the spoilers, to the Civil War. So yes, Scarlet Witch I absolutely loved. Everybody didn't really like her. She was people criticised her as kind of like the Jean Grey. I didn't think that at all. I think she brought a great presence to the film, and I really look forward to her. Quicksilver was just as good. Um, yeah, that's it. I'll go the things that work better than the first film. Obviously, Hawkeye brings a great presence in this film. You get to see his great background story. You get to see his character development, character arcs in some ways. And I thought he was going to die at the end of the film. No, Quicksilver dies. um, so yes. One. Yeah. What other books in the film? All right. Oh yeah. I think the Hulkbuster versus Hulk is probably the best fight scene in the Marvel films. It's true. I think this is definitely better than better than the Cap 2 fight in with Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I think that was better. I think this it just blew my mind. I mean, I love it how the Hulkbuster gets all the attachments from the thing in the sky, that satellite dish thing. I think that's really handled really well. It's much more than you expect from watching the trailers. It's much more detailed and much more in depth, and hopefully I might see more in the new with the new extended edition coming out. Yep, so there's some great things. I mean, obviously, I think the best things in the film work better than the first Avengers. Is a better villain. Um, I love the Scarlet Witch, the Hulkbuster versus Hulk fight, and Vision and Hawkeye. Not forget Dawn Cheadle as War Machine brings a great presence in the film. I really, I think he should have had more. I mean, Don Cheadle as War Machine is probably one of my favorite comic book characters. I don't know why. He's definitely in my top 10 comic book characters of all time. I think I mean, Don Cheadle brings a great presence in the character. Uh, I think people forget his great performance in Iron Man 2, which people really don't like. And in Iron Man 3, I enjoyed him, but half the time I think he was a bit of a laughing stock. So in Avengers 2, I think he worked really well in this film, and I look forward to him seeing him in Civil War. Okay, so the things I have problems, and I don't forget, I forgot one more thing. Andy Serkis. Damn, I can't wait to see him in Black Panther. Hopefully, I don't know if he's going to be the main villain or is he going to be like a sub villain kind of thing, kind of like the Collector in Guardians. So the things that didn't work well in Avengers: Age of Ultron, obviously, the most obvious ones are there's no it doesn't go in depth to lead it doesn't lead much into Civil War. I think yeah, yeah, it doesn't. I think the only thing you get to Civil War is probably the last minute when you get the new lineup of the Avengers, which I think is an awesome team. But that's it. But hopefully, when it said the alternative ending, hopefully there's will be a more lead up to Civil War. You have Chris Evans talking to Captain America talking to Iron Man about just talking at the end. Maybe it was a different direction to what happened in the film. What else happened? I like how. I mean, just trying to think. There are problems with the film. I don't think it's much fun as the first one. I think, but but it's not as dark as the trailers showed it. Kind of like Iron Man 3 did. It showed it was really going to be a very dark film, very in a way upsetting. It wasn't, and this film was pretty dark, but it wasn't dark as like Empire Strikes Back dark, that kind of thing. And yes, so at the moment I can't judge on this film till we get the extended edition and the alternative ending. But overall, I think this film is definitely great, a lot of fun, and I really recommend it if you're into Marvel comics. And I hopefully, so I didn't get a script for this. It's just a quick reaction video. Um, but hopefully later this year I will be doing an in-depth review once we get once it comes out on Blu-ray. Fingers crossed. But overall, this is a great film. Not the best Marvel film, probably ranked 4th, but I definitely recommend it. It's a great addition, and I really look forward to Civil War. And I might be doing a video with about how I'm excited for Civil War.